Hi guys, EBPMAN with Tablets for Me, and today we're going to do an unboxing review of a new case provided to us by Trent, and this is the Trenti 6 Slim Transparent Bumper Case for the iPhone 6. Inside the box you'll find your Trenti transparent case, and this case is made up of a TPU-like material, as you can see here, and it has several features that are going to provide some real nice protection to your phone that we'll highlight once we put on the case on the actual iPhone itself. But one of the things I'd like to highlight before we actually put on the case is the inside. Now the inside has these dots. Now the dots themselves look like they are indentations inside of the case, when in fact they're actually little raised bubbles. Each one of these dots is raised, and it provides an air cushion to your phone. So in the event that the phone does drop, really each one of those dots is raising the actual phone from the actual case, and that's in an effort to disperse any kind of impact, protecting your phone from shattering. Let's take a look at what the case looks like on our iPhone 6, and we'll highlight some more of the features. Now to insert your iPhone 6 into the case, it's really simple, and I'll highlight. This is an iPhone 6. It also has a full screen protector. So this screen protector covers the screen, but it also covers the body. It's also on my YouTube channel for those of you who are interested in learning more about it. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the iPhone, and really there's no science to it. I'm just going to snap it in just like this. Keep in mind I have a screen protector on this phone, a full body or a full front screen protector. And I'm just going to make sure that all the corners are in nicely. Now that's all it takes to actually insert your phone inside of the case. Now let's take a look at some of the protective features and how the cutouts align. First, let's take a look at the cutouts and how all the controls align with this specific case. So if we look at the very bottom, you'll notice that your cutout here for your speaker grill is nicely aligned. You'll also notice that your charging port is accessible, and you have a very generous headphone jack cutout. And I can tell you in my testing, for those of you who may have like headsets, wired headsets that actually have angle plugs or very wide plugs, they basically work on with this case without any problem. If I were to look at this side here, you'll notice that the power button is easily accessible, and put it like this in an angle, and you'll notice that it's also raised, so it's very easy to find. So as I'm rubbing my finger across here, you'll notice that I immediately can tell where my power button it is. If I look at this side, you'll notice again here the volume rockers is also raised and easily accessible. And you'll notice that the cutout for the mute function is also easily accessible. Now we'll focus a little bit on the back before we actually look at the front. You'll notice the dots, those dots that kind of give it almost like a transparent metal look, right, like rivets. Those dots once again are giving you that air cushion that's going to protect your iPhone in the event that it drops. But you'll also notice that in addition to it protecting your phone, the transparency of the case really showcases the fact that you have an iPhone. So your iPhone logo, you see the Apple logo there nicely, and the fact that you have an iPhone. You also have your cutout here for your camera lens, your flash, and also the mic that's available on the back. On the top there are no cutouts, so there's really nothing to see there. But as we look at the actual corners now, let's focus on the corners, and we'll flip the phone over so you can see this. On the upper right hand corner here, you'll notice one thing. The bumpers, just so what I'd like you to do is just focus here on the side. The bumpers that you have here have some extra material, and that's going to provide you with some bumper protection in the event that your phone falls down. So most of our phones, while our phones at times fall like this, a lot of their phones fall in one of the corners, right? So the corners, and we'll look on the back side right here, and you could actually see how much additional material you have. Here's the edge of your phone, and notice how much extra material there is protecting the edges of your phone. And notice how it starts from here all the way around. The same thing happens right here all the way around, and the same thing happens here all the way around, and you see that on every single corner. So I really like the fact that the case has that extra protection. But the extra protection doesn't go as far as making it wider. If we look at the case in this angle, you'll notice that the back of the phone goes this way, and then there's a kind of a small arch, and actually because of the extra material, not only does it come out this way, but it also comes outwards from the back. You get some very generous protection here. And this is really critical because if you're resting your phone at a restaurant or at school on a desk and the surface is wet, you could risk scratching or even wetting your camera. But given the fact that this is raised, you'll notice how much space you get. So if I put my finger here, you notice how it comes up. This is going to give you some extra protection when you keep your phone face up like this. Now, the same thing is true for the front. So let's take a look at here at this angle. You'll notice right here, I'll try to make sure that this is in focus for everybody. Notice how much extra material exists in each of those corners. But at the same time, notice how nice and flush it is as we run our finger like right here. It's nice and flush, not a lot of extra material, but then when you get here, it's raised. This is giving you, again, that protection so that if you lay your phone face down, it's not going to touch the actual surface. If I were to take the case and I would put it like this, you'll notice how much gap there is. You see that gap there? So the face of your phone is never touching the actual flat surface that you're resting it in. Now, how does the case actually feel in your hand? Well, while it is a transparent case and it's a very thin case and doesn't add a lot of thickness, as you can see there, I find that the case is not sticky at all. It's not one of those cases that when you hold it, it feels like it is going to, as you put it in your pocket, you know how sometimes it just doesn't slide in? This case is smooth, but it's not so smooth where it feels like it's going to slip out of your hand. And one of the things I wanted to highlight is that these grooves, notice how we have these grooves there. You see them right there? When you grab your phone, which is natural to grab the iPhone like this, your fingers and the palm of your hand kind of rest on those grooves. Also, the curvature that you have here kind of makes it feel really nice in your hands. So this is not going to be the type of case that it becomes fishy. I call it fishy because they kind of flip out of your hand or it falls out of your hand. It's not the kind of case that when you, for example, are trying to put it in your pocket, it kind of struggles going in, and then as you try to take it out, sometimes people drop their phones because it either is difficult to get it out of their pocket or it's too easy to take it out of your pocket. So I find that this is a nice balance. So this concludes my review of the Trenti 6 Slim Transparent Bumper Case for the iPhone 6 from New Trent. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the folks to New Trent who made this case available to us for review.